What is up? And welcome back to another episode of Going Beyond the Castle. We are on episode 18, and I am super excited because I think we are finally up and running across the board. So things are looking really good. So definitely drop us a chat in the comments. But my name is Fred Briley, and I am one of your co-hosts for Going Beyond the Castle. And of course, with me as always is my fabulous co-host Lori Talamo. And like I said, we're
Hello.
super excited for episode 18. We got a really great topic for tonight that, if any of you all know me, you know it is possibly one of my favorite topics. So I'm excited to dive into that. But before we do, I just want to give a shout out to all of our followers and everybody joining us tonight. We really appreciate you guys. I said it on Sunday night, and I'll say it every single week. We really appreciate you guys and all the people that are on this journey with us because we really wouldn't be where we're at without you guys. So we really appreciate you. As always, definitely drop us a comment in the chat. We are live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube, we're live on
Sweet.
Riverside, we're live on Twitch, and we're live on Facebook. So definitely drop us a line, let us know where you're from. And as we go throughout today's topic, let us know your opinion because I feel like today's topic has quite a bit of opinions when it comes down to what we're talking about.
Yep, for sure.
So yeah, Lori, I'll turn it over to you, and you can get us going. Let them know what today's topic is, and we'll go from there.
All right. So as Fred said, we're talking about one of his favorite topics, food. And let's be real, we all love food. So food
Facts.
is a good topic to talk about. And I feel like it's a good topic for Disney because we've said it before in the podcast where so many people are like, "Oh, I went and the food was terrible." You just don't know where to go. You got to seek out the
Facts.
places that have, yes, the good food. And so what we're going to talk about tonight is, and we elevated it, we added some things. So we're going to talk about our six top restaurants, one in each of the parks, one in Disney Springs, and one over at a resort. So of course we're going to kick it off with the most iconic park, which is Magic Kingdom.
Hey.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, and I'm pretty sure I probably said it a million times before. Like, Magic Kingdom is not my favorite table service park. Now, to be fair, I haven't tried many of them. Um, but the ones that I've tried haven't been my favorite. So I'm going with a quick service for Magic Kingdom, and I have picked Columbia Harbor House. So this
Solid
one
option.
is typically, so we have three. Yeah, we typically go between Columbia Harbor House, Pecos or Pecos. I'm gonna say it wrong. My family always makes fun of me. Pecos Bill or Cosmic Rays. But
Yep.
when we're doing a family trip, we do Columbia Harbor House. So I picked that one. Um, the atmosphere, it's located in Liberty Square. And one of the things too is that you can miss it. Like sometimes we walk past it and I'm like, shoot, we passed it up. So it's kind of tucked away behind, close to where Haunted Mansion is at. So you got to look for it. It's a great lunch spot. It's New England themed. It kind of mimics the inside. It's supposed to mimic like a ship, and it's tailored for sailors. Um, the first story is super busy. It gets, super packed. It's crowded. The good thing about it is there's a little upstairs where you can go sit upstairs. You can get out of the crowds and get out of the way of if you want a little relaxation for lunch.
It really is a
And
solid, like,
again, we do the lobster roll.
yeah,
Yeah, go
like
ahead.
upstairs is a solid spot. Like, every time we've gone, the downstairs of that place has been absolutely packed. It's loud, it's noisy. Which if that's your vibe, that's cool. But yeah, definitely upstairs is typically quieter. It's just kind of a little bit more calm of an environment. So I really enjoy upstairs Columbia Harbor House.
Yeah, I almost feel like you could even go up there and just like eat your lunch and take a little nap. Like it's super
Yeah.
quiet up there. Um, and I'm wondering if it's because a lot of people don't realize that there's an upstairs because I don't even know if maybe I realized that in the beginning. But
Mm-mm.
once we found out there was upstairs, we always grab our food and go upstairs. So super quiet, super cool. They have windows so you can watch out. Again, we love the lobster roll, and I'll tell you
Well,
what started our what's that?
just the lobster roll. Like, oh,
Oh,
I
I
need a
thought you was like,
lobster
hold on,
roll.
like stop
No,
talking.
no.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a lot of faces and a lot of noises in this episode as we talk about food.
Well, the good thing is that I'm wearing my bifocals instead of my computer glasses, so you're blurry. I can only see my
Hey,
notes,
there we
so
go.
I won't see. I won't see the. I'm trying to get the light out of the glasses. Um, so what started our quest really for the lobster roll was one year we're there for the Food and Wine Festival, and we got the lobster roll over near the American Pavilion in Epcot, and it was like the best lobster roll ever. The problem is it was like 2 bites, but the lobster on the inside was warm. I don't know what it was. It was just really good. So when we realized they had them over at Columbia Harbor House, we were like, well, let's go try it. I will say that it's not the same. The lobster roll, it's cold. The inside is cold.
Yeah.
So it's a little different than the one at the Food and Wine Festival, but it's still really, really good. That is the only thing I've ever tried from there. My father-in-law one time got the seafood platter, but I'm like, we're from New Orleans. I'm definitely not going fried seafood
Yeah,
at the park. But
absolutely.
I don't think it was too bad. I don't think it could compare to the seafood here, but I don't think it was too bad. What else I have about it? Oh, and it's quick service, so you can always mobile order and have your food ready, and then just grab it and go on upstairs and get your seat. Um, I looked it up. The lobster roll and fries is about $18.99. I don't know if I went too extra, but I wasn't
I
sure
feel like
how
I
far we
didn't
were
look
going
up
with this, so
prices.
I just kind of
I
went and
didn't.
did some notes.
Yeah, I didn't look up prices at all.
Yeah, well,
That's
gotcha.
okay.
I was just a little extra.
That's fine.
You can use a dining plan for this, and then one thing to be mindful of too is that the parades will come through that area
Mhm.
somewhat. So make sure if you're going to do lunch, or throughout the day, that if you don't want to get trapped in by the parade, just kind of be mindful of that. And that was about it. I think I have for Columbia Harbor House. Yeah.
I love Columbia Harbor House. I'm not gonna lie. We ate there for the first time on our past trip, and I solely wanted to go there for the lobster roll because one, I've
Hmm.
never had lobster, um, and so
Ever?
I know because there's this whole backstory. Thought I was allergic to shellfish.
Oh, that's
Turns
right. I
out
think
I'm
you remember
not
telling.
allergic. Yeah, not allergic to shellfish.
Yeah.
So absolutely love Columbia Harbor House for the vibe, for the price, for the food. Like it's just, I don't remember what Rachel got. Um, but I mean, it really is just a quality quick service. And again, I'm like you, like Cosmic Rays has always been our go-to. Um,
Yeah.
and Casey's Corner has always been our go-to. But Columbia Harbor House really is just a solid option to eat at.
Yeah. I know when I was talking with Josh and Olivia when I was like going through, and I was like, I don't know what to pick for Magic Kingdom. I'm like, it's between Cosmic Rays and Josh is like,
Hmm.
Cosmic Rays. I'm like, I
It's
like their
the
burger. I think it's
burgers are
good.
great.
I really, it is.
They really are.
It is. Yep. But
Um,
usually, like, we do Tomorrowland first,
yep.
like when we go in. So we're kind of already past that
Mhm.
when it's lunchtime.
Yeah. We always have to trek back.
Yep.
Okay. So mine, which I think I've talked about it on this podcast before. Um, See, look, this person said Cosmic Rays is a go-to quick service. Like I agree wholeheartedly. Like, but I now have Columbia Harbor House has a special place in my heart, like all day for sure.
Yeah.
Um, for mine, I have lots of favorite table service places at Magic Kingdom. But I kind of went with the more family style one. I went with Liberty Tree Tavern because I think I've talked about it enough as a travel agent.
Hmm.
Like I will always recommend people go to Liberty Tree Tavern. Um, so Liberty Tree Tavern is a really cool restaurant. Um, it's like a colonial style restaurant that's kind of modeled after like an 18th century restaurant. Um, and it's really designed to transport you back to the American Revolution. It really kind of puts you in that environment, which, if you love Disney, that's one of the things that you absolutely love about Disney is they're really good at putting you in the atmosphere that they want you to be in.
Hmm.
Um, and so, like the interior of it, there's like wooden beams, like there's patriotic memorabilia, there's brick fireplaces. Like it really just feels like you're eating in this old colonial restaurant. And one of the cool things that if you really take your time and you walk through the restaurant, which not a lot of people do, but if you take your time and you walk through it, each of the dining rooms is actually themed after one of the founding fathers. So you've
Oh,
got
wow.
George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Jefferson, which kind of adds to that charm. And like the whole Liberty Tree Tavern idea was actually brought from Walt Disney himself because he had like this huge passion and admiration for American history and the whole Liberty Square design. So it really is a cool restaurant that kind of puts you in a really cool atmosphere. Um, but I don't know where I was going with that. So food wise, really good food. It's a family style dining, so it's a set price for adults versus kids, but it's a set price, all you can eat family style. They just bring you out this giant platter of turkey breast, pot roast, macaroni and cheese, green beans, vegetables. It really is like a Thanksgiving dinner, and it's fabulous.
Hmm.
Like, and one of the things that I really love about the family style dining concept is that I'm a huge mac and cheese fan, and Liberty Tree Tavern has some of the best mac and cheese that I've ever had in my life. So I could literally just sit there and be like, I want more mac and cheese. I don't want anything else. I just want the mac and cheese.
And
Um,
they're gonna bring it. Yeah.
and they're going to bring me more mac and cheese, which is absolutely fabulous. Um, Also, the great thing about family style is that all you can eat dessert, and they have an ooey gooey toffee cake. Have you ever had the ooey gooey toffee cake?
I was gonna say I remember because we ate there on our very first trip in 2014, and I
Yeah,
remember the dessert, but I couldn't remember what it was. But I remember that the dessert was
yeah,
good.
yeah. It's like a like vanilla and chocolate like cake with toffee bits and vanilla ice cream and chocolate and caramel syrup, and it's
Yum.
fabulous. I think Rachel and I each finished one by ourselves the last time that we went. It was fabulous.
That's awesome. I didn't realize. So,
Um,
one of my friend Erica's on, and she said that she misses when they had characters there. I didn't realize that at one point they had characters at that restaurant.
that one must have been a pre-me Disney. I
Yeah,
didn't
me
know they
too.
had. Who was at? Now I'm curious who was at the. What characters were at that? Like I can assume, but now I'm curious what
Yeah.
characters were at the restaurant.
Well, Erica, if you're still watching, you can let us know, and I'll let Fred know.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm going back and forth between one, two, three, four, five screens.
Well, I have Facebook Live on, so I'll keep
There
up
we
with
go.
that one. That's the only one I can access.
There we
So
go.
I got you
Um,
on that one.
so one of the reasons that I really enjoy Liberty Tree Tavern is one, of course, for the food, right? But one, like, additionally, like, you know, it just has this really cool atmosphere. Um, and Liberty Tree Tavern is also one of the table service restaurants that is just like continuously praised for the food, for the the customer service that you get. Like I've never really heard anybody go into Liberty Tree Tavern and being disappointed in anything that they've gotten or
Yeah.
anything that they've experienced. Like it's absolutely fabulous, and it's really family friendly too. Like I think last time one of my children stripped down into a diaper and started running around. And they were
Oh,
totally fine
no.
with it. Like we obviously were not fine with that, but they were like,
Right.
"Ah!" And I was like, "Oh my god, this is embarrassing."
My girls didn't do that.
I'm sure we'll go with that.
She
So
said she'll have to find pictures, but she's pretty sure it was Minnie and Goofy for sure.
if they had Colonial Mickey and Goofy, you said Mickey and Goofy or Minnie?
Minnie. Minnie.
Minnie. If they had Colonial Minnie and Goofy, sign me up. I'm gonna have to look for
That would be
this.
awesome. Yeah.
Um, so Liberty Tavern Tea Tavern is really just is a great spot. It's great for food. It's great for families. Like it's great for price. And it's just a really cool environment. One of the things that I didn't know
Yeah.
because I've never paid attention is there's actually a tree outside of Liberty Tree Tavern, hence the tree. but that it has 13 lanterns on it for the 13 original colonies. Did not know that. Now
I'll
you
have
know.
to, oh, she said they were colonial.
Yes.
I'll have to check it out when I go in 2 days and get a picture for you.
I'm at like
I'm excited. I
103
can't wait.
days, and I'm just super salty. It needs to go down faster.
Oh, I know. I can't wait.
They were colonial.
Yeah.
Like. And then the last thing I'll finish up with Liberty Tree Tavern, just for advice, is Liberty Tree Tavern rarely ever fills up. Like there's always typically reservations. There's always typically a wait list. A couple times I have seen Liberty Tree Tavern like close off their wait list in like peak season, like Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, things like that. But like if you're making dining reservations for yourself, like save this one for last because there's a 99% chance that every single time slot's going to be available when you go to book it. So like definitely don't be like, let's book this first. Like especially if you've got things like some of the things that I know we're going to get into. If you have some of those things, like definitely book those before you book Liberty Tree Tavern.
Yeah. Yep. Good advice.
There's mine.
Sounds like you know what you're talking about.
Just a little. I know food.
I gotcha. All right. So we ready
What's
to move
next?
on to Epcot?
Epcot?
Yes. So I'm sure whoever has listened to us or has talked to me for any length of time about Disney, which has probably happened if you've talked to me because I talk about Disney all the time. My top pick over at Epcot is Via Napoli. It is the best pizza. And I know I've said this before too, and he's watching. Josh is a pizza snob, so we don't eat pizza a lot at home because there's not too many places that are close. I mean, there's places that are close by, but not ones that we're going to drive 40 minutes to or whatever to go eat pizza. So we don't eat pizza that often since we've changed our eating habits. We're not going to call up and order Domino's anymore. So I love going and getting pizza at Via Napoli, and they actually import some of their ingredients from southern Italy, which is super cool. It's situated kind of in the back of that the Italian pavilion. So when you go in, he's saying pizza. Tutto Italia is first, and then Via Napoli is kind of straight towards the back. So, and not to be confused, because they do have the pizza window on the outside, which is a quick service pizza, not the same pizza that you're going to get inside of Via Napoli. It's wood fire pizza. It's amazing. They also are on the dining plan. So just depending on what size you get or how many dining credits you're going to use. The way that it's described is that it's pizza. What is that? Little Caesars.
Yeah.
I'm
glad you caught that.
The way some of the way that it's described a bit is almost like it's an elevated high-end pizza joint, but it doesn't really feel that. It doesn't feel stuffy, when you go in there, but it doesn't feel like Pizza Planet either. It does have a little more of an elegant feel to it. This is one of the ones that will book up quick. So if Via Napoli is on your list, and I recommend this to all of my clients. So we know if we're trying to get Via Napoli, that's one of the ones that we put at the top of the list because it does book up a lot. It's authentic pizza. There's the pizza at the pizza window is like it's a thicker crust. It's not the like thin crust. I'm forgetting which one. Chicago style is like the deeper dish.
Yeah.
And then thin crust is Olivia's texting me. Yeah, it's good. So last time when Josh and I went, because I pick my favorite places, so I feel like I don't expand our dining experiences because I always want to go back to the same places. But when Josh and I went in October, we decided to do a little bit different. We still got the pizza, but we tried the fried risotto balls for an appetizer, and we got a Caesar salad. Those things were huge. There was 3 on a plate. Dangerous. It's $15 for an order. Yes. And I mean, they were like massive risotto balls. It was really good. It was, they were laying on a plate of marinara sauce, so you can kind of dip it in the sauce. And then we got the pizza. The pizza sizes are super big. So when we went, and I think I might have said this on the podcast, and I actually just listened to the podcast when I was on Geeking on Walt Disney World, and I talked about it. When we were going, I was like, small pizza is not going to be big enough because we were hungry. It's absolutely big enough, especially if you're going to get appetizers to share. The individual pizza was probably 8 pieces, maybe. We went with our in-laws and Josh and Olivia and Braden and I, and we got the large pizza, and it was massive. So it's definitely shareable. So make sure you share those amongst the family, or you're going to have a lot of pizza to take back over. I think one of the trips somebody tried chicken parmesan. Maybe I might have tried it once. I'm not sure.
That sounds fabulous.
And then, yeah, and we've had the cannoli as well. So this one's really good. One thing I will say, when I was doing some research, I'm not going to call out the specific blog that said it, but there was one blog that mentioned that it was the poorest service that they've had across Disney. And I'm like, and it's a very famous blog. And I was kind of taken aback by that because we've never had bad service anytime that we've gone to Via Napoli. It's been really good. So they have a main dining area, but they also have some rooms off to the side. I mean, not that you really get to pick where you want to sit, but if you kind of want a little bit more quiet, you can always, I guess, ask to sit in one of those side rooms if you want. But yeah, it's so good. I love it. Like, I did not book it for us to go this trip, and I'm like regretting life because it's so good. But
we all make mistakes.
yeah, I mean, it's not too late. Like, while we're walking around Epcot, I can always check and see if there's something open. Some of the days that we're going, not really sure exactly what time we'll get there. So I didn't want to book.
Yeah, I get that
time, but
yeah,
I will definitely miss getting that pizza.
I'm gonna have to try this pizza when we go in May.
Yes, definitely try it. It's so good. We always get the pepperoni, and they have oh gosh, is it cilantro? Does that sound right? They put something on top. Josh, if you're listening, he's so good at remembering stuff. Remind me what it is that they put on top. I don't think it's cilantro, but maybe it is. I don't know. It's really good.
Yeah, we'll have to try it.
See. Yeah,
Epcot was hard for me to pick because
they have such good food everywhere.
They really do. You know, you've got each of the countries which have really great food. Mexico's got good food. You know, Canada's got, the steakhouse. France has good food. I'm going to leave America out because it's food.
The worst.
Germany has great
except for
food.
that lobster roll.
Yes, right. There really is a lot of really good food options when it comes to Epcot. But I stuck with the family style dining because always a big family style guy. And I went with Garden Grill, which is a really great family friendly restaurant. For those that don't know what Garden Grill is, Garden Grill is located in the Land Pavilion, which is kind of back over by Seas with Nemo and Friend. It's over by it's in the same building as Soarin' and Living with the Land, and it really gives off this like rustic farmhouse vibe. I think that's the best way to put it. It really just gives off this really cool rustic farmhouse vibe. And it is a character dining. It's one of the what I think is the easier to get character dinings. And they all, I think there's Chippendale.
Goofy,
I think there's Mickey. Goofy.
Pluto. It's Pluto.
Is it Pluto? I think it is Pluto.
I think so.
But it's one of the easier to get character dinings that I feel like. So while you're eating, the characters are going to come around to your table, interact with you, spend a couple minutes with you. And I mean, when we went, I don't know if it was just great timing or what, but we were one of the few families that were there eating. And so they came around to our table like multiple times and just hung out with the girls, which was really cool.
That's awesome.
But also one of the other cool things, there's a couple really cool things about living at the Land. It's that it's a spinning restaurant. So it makes one full rotation every hour. And throughout that rotation, you get to see the whole Living with the Land ride which is one of my favorite rides. Um, and then two, a lot of the food that you actually eat, which I'll get into the food in a minute. A lot of the food that you eat at Garden Grill is made on Disney property, because
Hmm.
Disney has their own, have their own, you know, grow their own fish, grow their own animals. Like they're really big on that. So a lot of the food that you're eating is actually grown there on property. Um, but speaking of food, um, it again, like I said, again, it is a family style dining, and it really kind of sticks to that same Liberty Tree Tavern type food. You're gonna see like rotisserie style meats, chicken. The chicken was fabulous. Seasoned vegetables, mashed potatoes. Of course, again, house made mac and cheese, which is fabulous. And of course, again, it's family style dining, so you can just order as much as you want of whatever you want, and they just keep bringing it out for you. And again, it's all a set price for adults versus kids. Um, and of course, there is a dessert option. They have seasonal pies, which are fabulous. I don't
Yeah.
remember what pie they had when we went, but it was a good pie. So really love Garden Grill. Like I said, it is a great character dining that's kind of more low key, a little bit easier to get. But if you're looking to book um, Garden Grill on your dining reservations, I really would say keep it around the middle of your list, because it can run out, but it really is a great spot. So um, yeah, I
Yeah.
love Garden Grill.
And the good thing, yeah, the good thing too about the character dining experiences, especially for folks that have small kids, because we did on
Hmm.
on our first trip with the kids, we did a lot of character dining. You get the character interactions without having to go stand in line and wait. So it's definitely something that'll save you a little time. You just sit and they come up to your table, get your autographs.
Yeah,
It's perfect for families with small kiddos
yeah.
to get those character meet and greets without having to wait in line.
And like I said, there's a lot of there's so much good food when it comes to Epcot. Epcot really is one of the great parks when it comes to food. It was a really hard tie. One of our favorites to always go to is Tepanino. We love going to the Hibachi over in Japan. We love going to Beer Garden over in Germany, and getting that experience. We love going to
Yeah.
Mexico and sitting inside the Mexico Pavilion by the pyramid. That's got a really cool ambiance. So it was really hard for me to pick,
Yeah.
but I stuck with Garden Grill.
Yeah, we did San Angel Inn, and I always get the
Cool.
two confused. So hopefully I got them
Yep.
right. We did that one, but the very first time because of course, we ride the ride and then we sit down and eat.
Yep.
We do Mexican so often that we really don't do Mexican when we're there. But when I went
Yeah.
on my agency trip once, we actually did La Hacienda San Angel Inn, and that one was really good. That was a little bit more elevated Mexican, and then that's where I got the avocado margarita. That was
Oh, I
so
remember
good.
talking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. So it's just different, both of them you get different stuff. But yeah, we've done Nine Dragons before too, which was really good. So you really can't go wrong with food at Epcot.
No, you can't.
I tell a lot of people like we'll skip eating at Hollywood Studios and just go to um Epcot.
Sorry,
You all
Harper's
right?
singing the chant of her people right now.
The chant of her people.
Yeah. She has random chants every night where she just lays in bed until 10 o'clock at night going, ah, da, 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 da.
Oh god.
I came back from worship practice
But
last night at like 9:30, and I just walked in, just like, because I didn't see him go to bed, so I just walked in and give him a kiss, and there's Harper just ah, da, 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 living her best life, wide awake.
she's so cute though. So cute.
She
But I
is.
mean, at least your kids are disciplined and they stay in their bed and they're not, you know,
Facts.
right? Yeah, they're not getting up and you
No,
having to chase them. My kids did not sleep well, so y'all are winning in that area.
we are. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on
All right.
to one of my
Hollywood
least favorite food
Studios.
places to talk about.
Same. And I really struggled. I was like, gosh, what am I going to pick? Because just be honest, we don't really eat in Hollywood Studios a lot because the food is not amazing to me.
No, I
Um,
agree.
Yeah, so I went with another quick service, and because this was pretty good. We've only done it once, But I picked Woody's lunchbox.
Mm,
It's so cute. That whole area they just really did that area so well. The theming in in that area was super cute. They have it's made to mimic the inside or the things of Woody's lunchbox. So there's a
yeah.
thermos there, the army man holding the little Babel cheese. It's just super cute. The only thing is it's outside only. So it's outdoor window ordering. There's no inside seating. They did recently remodel and I think added a
Hmm.
bunch of seating, but
Yeah.
it's all still outside. So if you go, like we've had to go in the last couple of summers, which is probably why we haven't gone back, it's already super hot. So there's nowhere that you're going to go in and get any shade.
No.
Hopefully, well, you can get shade because they do have umbrellas, but you're not going to get away from the heat. So that's the only thing, with that one, is that, if it's a hot summer day, you're going to want to pick somewhere where you can go inside and get away from the heat. The things that we ordered were the tachos, loaded tachos. So it's like the tater tots that are like loaded fries. And then we also got the barbecue brisket melt sandwich. And those two
Ooh,
were really good. It was really good.
that sounds
Um,
fabulous.
yeah, I'm
This
pretty
is
sure
that
like
one.
Olivia.
Is this the one that is directly across from Alien Saucer Swirl?
So so funny that you say that because Josh is always like, he's like, one thing you're not good at is knowing the location of stuff. And I'm like, I know where this is at. I'm like, you
I'm gonna look
walk
it up.
in to the Toy Story area and it's on the left.
It is.
And
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta, yeah, it's on the left when you first walk in
Yeah, because you
to that
walk
Toy
in.
Story area. I think in
You've
Slinky Dog
got
is like
Slinky
to the
Dog
right,
Dash,
maybe.
yeah, and then you've got Alien Swirl Saucers or whatever it's called, and then directly across from it is Woody's Lunchbox.
Yeah. I printed out the little screenshots of the map of all of these just in
Nice.
case if it came up because I'm like, I am not gonna
Now
remember.
I'm gonna ask you where every single one of these is.
Oh Lord. Yeah. Well, good luck with
Well,
that.
we only have four
Um,
left, so
yeah. The one thing too is that this one, the line gets crazy long.
hmm
Every time that we've passed there, the line has been so long. So another shout out to mobile order. You can mobile
yeah.
order there. So that way you're not waiting in line or go on an off time. Like don't go between 11:30 and 12:30,
Mm-mm.
when you know that the lunch line is going to be crazy busy. Like eat a late breakfast and do a late lunch or, go a little bit before the lunch rush because it is going to get crowded. Now I haven't been since they put the extra seating or I don't mean I wouldn't make the lines go faster, but I don't know if they expanded anything else to make it a little bit better, but it really is a good option for a quick service right there in Toy Story area. So,
Yeah.
and we haven't tried it, but they have like the Pop Tart thing. Um,
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, so that's supposedly really good. So maybe I'll try it when I go this week and see and let you know.
Yeah, there's something about Hollywood studios that, I think I've said it before on the podcast, but I'm really hopeful for this Monsters Inc. land and that they bring some better quality food.
Yeah.
Because it really is the home of quick service. There's not a lot of good table service. I mean, there's a lot of table service. It's either super expensive, in my opinion, or
Yeah.
it's just not high quality food.
Yeah. I remember when we went on our first trip in 2014. This was before I really knew anything. And we had the dining plan. And I'm almost positive we had the free dining plan at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I remember we went into Hollywood Brown Derby.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, we got the dining plan. I didn't realize that it was 2 table credits to eat there. So I told a lady, I was like, we didn't realize this was going to take 2 credits. Like, and so they let us leave. I mean, I would never do that now. I probably feel like, an idiot, but we did. We left because
Yeah.
we were like, didn't want to take up 2 of our table service. And
Yeah.
then I already told you about the Hollywood and Vine, so I don't think I'll ever get Josh back in Hollywood and Vine.
That's
So
my goal in life, is to get him back at Hollywood and Vine.
yeah, we'll have to do a group trip
Yeah.
and
That was honestly one of the
see.
ones I looked at doing. Like, it's like solely for the Halloween experience. Like,
Yeah.
Hollywood and Vine during September October timeframe. I think it's September to October where they really, because you got Mickey, you got Minnie, you got Pluto, and I think you got Goofy, that are at that one, and them in their Halloween costumes for dinner. Like, it's really fabulous. And then, I mean, if you got, also for kids, they've got Vampirina
Hmm.
at the breakfast buffets, and it's buffet, which I'm all about buffets. But
Yeah.
for this one, I went for Sci-Fi Drive-In, just because the atmosphere is one of my favorites at Hollywood Studios.
Hmm.
Um, so Sci-Fi Drive-In is a table service restaurant, and it's a la carte. So this one you've got a menu to order from, um, and the whole restaurant is this 1950s drive-in movie theater. So when you walk into it's kind of like you walk into a building that you walk right back outside of, because it's dark. Like, they've done the ceiling to have stars. The walls are painted to look like you're in the woods in the middle of the night, like summer drive-in. Your tables are actually cars, so you're sitting in a car to eat your dinner. There's neon lights everywhere. It's super vintage, and it really gives the great, drive-in experience. And you get this sci-fi feeling based off of the fact that
Hmm.
on the movie screen they're showing 1950s sci-fi shorts, which is really cool. It's just on
Yeah.
repeat, and if you pay attention, there's actually hidden Mickeys in those. Um, so that's a cool fact. Um, it really just has this great ambiance that I really love, at Sci-Fi Drive-In. The food's good. I wouldn't say it's great, like some of the other locations, but taking the atmosphere that you're getting with the food, it makes it worth it to me. It's a really popular location for first timers just because of the vibe that you're getting at dinner. Some of the things that I definitely recommend trying: the fried pickles are absolutely fabulous. The drive-in barbecue burger is really fabulous, and then they have a lot of really good shakes. Um, the one of my favorites is the cookie shake, which is the cookies and cream shake. So you're really going
Yeah.
to get those types of foods at this restaurant. But again, it's good food. It's just it's not as great as some of the other locations. Um,
Yeah.
but it really is a great spot for families. Like, it's super cool. Your larger families are going to have a little bit more trouble getting
Because of the
reservations,
seating. Yeah.
yeah, because of the seating. Like, a lot of your seating, you really are looking at what, like, 4 people. They have very
I think
few. They
so in the
have
cars.
they
Yeah.
have one or
Maybe.
two cars that can seat 6. Um, but there's not many. So a lot of times, if you're getting dining reservations for larger families, you're going to want to book 2 dining reservations. Like, let's say you have a party of 7 or 8, you're going to want to do one for 3, one for 4, one for 4, one for 4. And then when you get to the restaurant and check
Yeah.
in, let the hostess know that you have 2 dining reservations. You're one family. You'd like to sit together, and they'll obviously do their best. But it is a really great first timer option. One of the things that I recommend for sure is the Phantasmic Dining Package. Really love this. So, Phantasmic is the night show that takes place at Hollywood Studios every night. And it is,
So awesome.
somebody posted a Phantasmic TikTok the other day, and I commented on it, and I said, Phantasmic me and Disney me are not on the same level. Like, Phantasmic me is very hype. Like, it's one of the cooler shows that they do. Um,
Yeah.
every night. And the Phantasmic Dining Package, what it is you can essentially book dining reservations at one of a couple different restaurants around the park. And while you're at dinner, they give you this little card that gives you guaranteed seating. So you don't have to worry about getting there super early and being one of the first ones in line. to get your seat. And everybody that does the Phantasmic Dining package sits right center stage in this huge like amphitheater. So it really
Mhm.
is worth it for me to pay the extra money to get the Phantasmic Dining plan and or the dining package and sit right there center. Totally worth it every time. Except
Yeah.
for the last time that we did it and it rained and we didn't get to see Phantasmic, but I don't want to talk about it.
That happened when Josh and I went. We were
So
there
sorry.
and yeah, and we were gonna go, we kind of stayed there in the evening to go. And I think it was about 8 o'clock and we were
Hmm.
both kind of tired. We are like, you know what, let's just go back to the room. Thank God we did, because by the time we got to the bus, it started drizzling. I had some friends that were there at the same time. They waited an hour and a half and it got canceled. So I was like,
We
I would have been aggravated if we'd have waited.
we got there, got our seats, and then my dad and I got up and went to go get snacks, get Mickey ice cream bars, and it started drizzling, and I was like, and it just progressively got worse to the point where when we got back to this our seats, it was just pouring, and we were getting soaked.
Oh man.
And finally, they were like, "Hey, the show's been delayed." And I looked at Rachel, and she was like, "Let's go." So we started walking out. We got to the entrance of Phantasmic, and it was a downpour. Like we were running out of the park
Oh
trying
man.
to get
I
back to
hate that.
the Skyliner because we stayed at Pop, so we had the Skyliner. And it was just, I was so disappointed.
Yeah. When we
Not
went on
because
our
of the
agency
money.
trip, well, just because you wanted to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We a couple of years ago on our agency trip, we had a dinner and dessert party, like a private event
Hmm.
there. I mean, the showing wasn't private, but we had set up behind it, and it rained a little bit, but thankfully it stopped, and they were able to have the
Yeah.
show. So that was super cool.
But yeah, definitely recommend Sci-Fi
So we'll
Drive-In.
see.
Yeah, as a with the dining packages, all with the Phantasmic dining package, I would make it one of your first dining reservations, depending on what all you have, because it does tend to fill up pretty quickly, especially that
Yeah.
Phantasmic dining plan. So definitely keep that one at the top of your list.
Yeah. All right. My favorite
Okay,
park
my
and
least,
probably my favorite restaurant.
my second least favorite food park.
What? Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I think they have you have to try it. So Animal Kingdom is my favorite park. I'm so excited, cannot wait to go. Um, and I will always pick Yak and Yeti.
Of course.
I don't think I can ever eat at Animal Kingdom and not
Mm-mm.
eat at Yak and Yeti. It is so good. So good. Um, one of the things about Yak and Yeti is it is not a Disney owned restaurant. It is
Right.
part
Hmm.
of the Landry's restaurants. So that's one thing. I, I don't think it makes a difference there. I know there's been issues at some of the other ones, but I've never had a bad experience at Yak and Yeti. It's Pan Asian cuisine, so it's right in the middle of Asia. So typically, it's a ride Expedition Everest and then head on over to Yak and Yeti for us. Or no kids, then Josh and I just do it because he doesn't ride Everest. Although I think I'm gonna ride it when we go. I think I'm gonna ride it by myself this time because it's
Love
so fun. I
Everest.
need to
I
ride
rode
it.
it by myself last
Yeah,
time.
yeah. I mean, I'll go ride it. So good. The theming is based on a legend, and I'm pretty sure that it's on the back of the menu. At least that's what I read. So we'll see. That it's the legend of the restaurant is it's a boutique hotel owned by a wealthy proprietor that's um wanted to have a stop for the rich folks on their way to the Himalayas. So I thought that was super cool.
Hmm.
Um, some of the decor, I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I guess it's just the vibe. But it's still cool. But there are some areas that you go into that get really dark depending on where the table is. This also has an upstairs. It's this really big on the inside. It doesn't look like it on the outside, but the inside dining area is pretty big. There's an upstairs. And I remember one time going, I had to use my flashlight to look at the menu because it was kind of
Oh
dark in
wow.
there. Yeah. Um, the absolute best ahi tuna nachos. Those Those things are so big. It's an appetizer, but we usually get it as I'll get it as my meal. But it is so good. When we went over the summer, Josh got a ribeye. So when we went back in October, we were like, we're going to get the ribeye. And I think I might have mentioned this before, but they didn't
Mhm.
have the ribeye anymore. So we got ribeye fajitas, which was just as good. Those things, it's like I can taste it now. I'm ready to go. I did make reservations for us to go to
That
Yak and
sounds
Yeti.
ribeye fajita sounds fabulous.
Yes, it was really, really good. We got that and we didn't get the ahi tuna nachos this time, but we did like a seared tuna salad, and then we got the ribeye fajitas and we shared it, and both of them just it was really good.
Yeah.
Um, this is another one that books up. So if it's on your list, absolutely
Yeah,
do it.
absolutely.
One of the first ones. However, in the same blog that I mentioned earlier, mentioned the dreaded Landry's restaurant, and I was like, "What are they talking about?"
I
Because
don't think I've ever because T Rex is owned by Landry's, aren't they?
yeah, Rainforest Cafe,
Yeah, all of those. I've never had issues at
Disney,
any of
and
the Landry's.
me either. No, and so I mean, I'm pretty sure like the Bubba Gump shrimp maybe
Hmm.
that's one. I don't know. There's some I could see maybe that being a little off. I don't know, but like we go eat at Saltgrass a lot. Saltgrass is one
Oh,
of the Landry's restaurants. Is really good. So I don't know what they
yeah.
were talking about. But the thing about this is that if you can't get a reservation and you have a Landry's card,
Yep.
so if you don't have one, get one.
Yep.
It's $25 for the card, but then they put $25 right on it.
Yeah.
You can go up to you go up to the hostess table and say, I don't have a reservation, but I'm a Landry's card member, and they will seat you. They make sure they come around. The manager comes and personally thanks you for coming and being a Landry's member. So you get a little special attention for being a Landry's member. But it's really good. On your birthday, you get
Um,
20. I have $25 on my card waiting for me to go. And then as you spend money on it, you earn more rewards. So it's definitely worth getting the card
yeah.
to go there. We also, at some point, maybe when we went over the summer, we got the calamari, which was really good. Um, they do have a quick service window at Yak and Yeti, and we've gotten a Kobe beef burger from there before, and that was really good too. Um, but yeah, those ahi tuna nachos are the best.
Yeah. They sound fabulous.
Yeah, it's yeah, and I think Braden got like a seasonal scallop dish when we went over the summer too. Everything's been really good. We've gone with my in-laws and they both kind of got like an Asian dish. I don't remember what it was, but I have not had anything there that wasn't tasty. And again, it's inside, it's shaded. Um, so you get a little break from the heat if you
Hmm.
go in the hot months.
And Animal Kingdom stays hotter than the other parks because of the animals back there. So it's always nice to get a break from the heat at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Can't wait to go back.
I went with a quick service restaurant. I went with Flame Tree Barbecue. I think we've talked about this one before.
Yeah.
Um, so Flame Tree Barbecue is one of those. Like I said, it's a quick service restaurant. It's an all outdoor seating area, um, but it's got really great views of like Discovery River, Expedition Everest, the Tree of Life. It's got really great views if you can stand the heat. It's also got, depending on where you sit, if you face the walkway that kind of walk goes in front of um, Flame Tree Barbecue, there's really great views of some of the dance shows that go on right at the gift shop across from
I
it.
was gonna say, isn't it right by that little stage show? Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
So there's a little stage
That's
show that
cool.
takes place there, so you kind of get some food and a show. Rafiki comes out in that area from time to time too. So I think Rafiki and somebody else comes out and does a stage show. I can't remember who. But it's really cool, and it's got a really great menu. It's one of my favorite barbecue places to eat at Disney World. I think
Hmm.
Rachel usually gets the ribs or the barbecue chicken, and she, absolutely loves it every time. Um, they've also got a pulled pork sandwich, which is really good. What I get every single time is the pulled pork mac and cheese, which is one of my favorites. It's a
Oh, that
solid
sounds good.
portion. Oh, it's fabulous. If you can't tell, I have an addiction to mac and cheese. No, it's a really great portion of mac and cheese with a solid helping of pulled pork on top, which is really great. So the food there is really good. Um, like I said, it's great
We
value. It's just, I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it comes down to. Like I said, it is a quick service restaurant. So like Lori said about some of her quick service restaurants, definitely recommend taking advantage of the mobile ordering. So at least so you don't have to wait in line. You just you head that way, you place your order, and by the time you get there, your food's ready to be picked up. You sit down, grab a spot. It is pretty popular, so it can be hard to get a seat there. Sometimes you might have to wait it out
Yeah.
or fight somebody for a seat, but it happens all the time. It's Disney World, so
Yeah, and you gotta watch the I don't know, whatever those birds are. Is it cranes? The little
oh
white birds?
yeah, yeah, like to come
Or
up
the
and
other
steal
ones.
food.
Yeah, they'll come try to steal your food. They
Yeah,
know it's good too, so they like
yeah,
give
they
you a
do.
bite.
So yeah, that's mine. I really love Ant Flame Tree. I go will go out of my way in that park to go eat at Flame Tree.
Yeah, we ate there on our very first trip in
Hmm.
2014 and it was really good.
I think
So,
our first time we ate at like Harambe's Cafe, and I just
oh
wasn't a
gosh.
fan. Like I don't know.
We let me tell you, I'll sidetrack really quick. I'll tell it really fast. So we went to one of the trips that we went there. She's gonna kill me. Um,
Excellent. Is it live?
yes.
Excellent. Tell the story.
So she was younger. So we went there and we got like it was a rice bowl with chicken in it. Braden got one. I don't know if maybe Josh and I both got one. I don't remember, but I got Olivia the kids one because on the menu, the way they described it, it was going to be the same exact meal. Well, when we got it, it looked nothing like the adult meal. So it was, she was she was furious. She wouldn't eat.
I love it.
Uh, oh yeah, Josh and her, like it was a whole big thing, like an argument, and it wasn't funny, but yeah, we still talk about that today. I'm like, I need to redeem it and take her to go get an adult size portion. I mean, because like the kids portion, it really was just white rice and a little bit of chicken. So I felt bad
Yeah.
that it wasn't, it didn't have all the extra stuff on it like the adult size
My
did.
kids would
But
devour that meal.
yeah, my poor baby. I think at that point she was tired, so it was more of just.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, enough bashing Olivia. She is.
Always those
Well, I'll
always are
save that
my
for later.
those are my favorite reels to make.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Uh
shark and
yeah.
I need to say some bad stuff about Braden because I feel like well no I did. I talked about him beating me with Mario and I wanted
I
to
think
kill him.
that was bashing you, not Braden.
True. Yeah.
All
Anyway.
right. So that is all four parks.
Yes. So now we get to move on over to Disney Springs. Another one that will not be a shocker for anybody Art Smith Homecoming.
Yep.
That one is another must do for us. And I did not book it again this time. And I'm like, hate life. I'm hoping that we can get a reservation while we're there on one of the cheer days that we don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
It's Southern comfort food. One of the neat things about Homecoming is that it's farm to table. So they use, fresh local ingredients as well. They have indoor and outdoor seating. The inside is a little bit limited because they have the bar in the middle that takes up a lot of the space. But if the weather's nice, there's a lot of outdoor seating. A lot of times though, if it's just Josh and I, we'll go in and sit at the bar, even though
Hmm.
it's funny because we're not like heavy drinkers, but we do like the drinks at Homecoming. Um, they have moonshine there. I'm not a moonshine person. I've never had moonshine in my life, but I have had some moonshine over at Chef Art Smith's. They have a sweet tea one, which has what is the sweet tea? Sweet tea is like, well, obviously just sweet tea, fresh lemon, and moonshine. Josh I think Josh got that one. The one I got was a rum shine punch. So it's got the strawberry rum shine, blackberry brandy, a banana liqueur, pineapple juice, and some grenadine. That one was really good. My favorite drink there is the local, and it's coconut water, rum, lime, and simple syrup, and some fresh pineapple. So good.
That does
That's the
sound
only
good.
place I would probably talk about drinks because I don't drink anywhere else at Disney, but I will drink at Homecoming because those drinks are really good. Um, the food, and I know I've mentioned this before. We have our staples, the ones that we get almost every time. The Church Lady Devil Eggs, so good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like the filling is so high. They come six to an order, and it's a lot. We've had the fried pickles before, really good there. My favorite is the thigh high chicken biscuits. It's like a glazed, like a honey or some kind of sweet glazed chicken thigh on a biscuit. So good. The thing with that one is it comes three to an order, so it's really big. Unless somebody's going to share with you, it's probably a whole lot. Especially if you're going to get the deviled eggs or the pickles. But you can ask for a smaller portion, and they will do that. So that's something that's not listed on the menu, but you can say, "Hey, can I just have one?" Now they've done it in the past, so I would imagine
Yeah.
they do. Josh and I have had a fried chicken sandwich, not to be confused with the thigh chicken biscuits. This was just a very large chicken breast fried on a regular bun. That was really good. But I think the thing that is probably the best, and probably one of the things that drives us to go there the most too, is the hummingbird cake.
Oh yeah, I've heard you talk
That
about this one
thing
before.
is, oh man, it's so good. It's really big, so it's enough to share. Comes with a scoop of ice cream. It's only $14, so it's not that expensive. Um, but if you want to try some of the other ones, they also have a sampler, signature sampler, which comes with a smaller piece of the hummingbird cake, a small piece of the chocolate pecan pie, and also carrot cake. So you could sample all of their desserts. Um, this one is really cool. We went every time we go. So the manager of that place is from New
Fabulous.
Orleans, or he was at least. And
Really?
so every time we go, he has never been there. Like I try to catch him every single time. And it just so happens that he's not there, probably because we're going in the evenings and he's not there. So when Josh and I were there in October, um, I told I told the ladies, like, yeah, I was like, I try to catch up with the guy, the manager. I said, but never hear. I even emailed the guy. I was like, I haven't heard back from him, which I'm sure he probably got like a million emails.
Huh.
So the new manager came out and talked to us and said that that guy had moved on, so he wasn't the manager anymore. But there's a lot of people there from New Orleans, which I thought was kind of cool, since it's like Southern home style cooking.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, that is my favorite. I recommend it to all my clients. It's super good. Love it.
Yeah, I gotta get out to homecoming one of these days. I
Yeah,
don't
and with
we
the
haven't
one of the things
been.
too I didn't mention, they have like for the drinks, there's like a sipper. And if you get that, you can bring it back the next time. So like it's for 22-ounce sipper, it's $22. But the next time you bring it, you can refill it for 13,
Sold.
which we
Saving
have
money
yet
at
to
Disney
do.
is my favorite thing to do.
Exactly. Which we've never done. I don't know why. Now I'm saying it. Like I'm gonna have to go look and see if we can find it so I can bring it with me when we go.
Right?
They do have if you don't get reservations, they do have like a little walk up too on the outside where you
Hmm.
can just go and get their drinks.
Interesting.
So yeah, fun stuff.
This one was also hard for me because big fan of the polite pig. I know you and I have talked about that one before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's so
Um,
good.
the Edison is also one of my favorite spots to go to. I took Matt there when we went back in November. Also has some really great food. Has a really great atmosphere to it. Really like steampunk atmosphere. So love that one. T Rex is fabulous. Rainforest Cafe is really good. Um, but for the experience itself, I went with Planet Hollywood. Really love this one. Planet Hollywood is this giant four-story blue globe, and the whole inside of it is loud. There's music videos playing, Disney music videos, like all sorts of great music videos playing. So it's a pretty loud upbeat dining experience. But throughout the whole restaurant, they have actual props and memorabilia from all these different movies. Whether it's the Terminator, Star Wars, the Hunger Games, Marvel movies, DC movies, all these different movies. They have original props from the movies, so it's really cool. One of the things that we love to do after we eat is to walk around the restaurant, go up and down the 4 stories, and just look at the different memorabilia that's there. So it really is a cool experience.
Is that one
Food
over
is
by the Coke store, or am
Yeah,
I?
it's right next to the Coke store. Yeah,
Okay.
with guys chicken or whatever behind it.
Mm.
Um, they have really good food. It's your typical American fare food, but it is really good food, and it's typically like pretty big portions for what you're paying for. Um, I remember I sent a client back in October. I think they went in October, and I had them go here, um, and it was mom, dad, 2 kids, and the 4 of them could not finish the nacho plate that they got.
Oh.
Massive nacho plate, fabulous nachos. Rachel gets it. They've also got a really good what they call the high roller platter, which comes with a chicken dish, tostados, buffalo wings, and a 5 cheese dip, and it's massive, really good. I've had burgers from there. All the burgers are fabulous. They're really known for their shakes. They call them supernova shakes, and they have all different types of shakes. So really great food. Um, I solely go there though for the experience just because it's like I said,
Hmm.
I always love getting to walk around. The staff has always been great. So really enjoy the staff, really enjoy the atmosphere. If the atmosphere is not, your style, you're looking to eat there, but not necessarily be in the loud environment of the music videos, you could always ask to sit out at the Stargazers patio bar, which is outside, but it's undercover. So even if it's raining, it's a good spot to sit, but it's much quieter. So always recommend that. So yeah, I really love Planet Hollywood. I mean, it's one of the cheesier franchise places, which is why I'm always hesitant to be like,
Hmm.
let's talk about Planet Hollywood. But it really is a cool experience just to eat at.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Disney's immersive, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
going there for experiences. So
right. I don't remember what you told me you're
sweet.
doing for this last one. No, I
So
do.
for the
I remember.
yeah, because it's got one of your favorite things.
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell you, like doing this at night is horrible because now I'm hungry, even though I
Yeah.
ate.
I'm gonna
Like
go
talking
eat
about all
after
of this
this.
food.
I'm going to eat after
I got.
this again.
I have to go to bed. I have
I
to
do
get up
too.
at like 4 in the morning.
Same. I'm still gonna go
Oh
eat
gosh.
in bed.
There you go. There you go.
I am 30
All right.
something
So I
years old.
picked for
I
my
can eat in
resort
my
pick.
bed.
Oh, yeah. I'm 31 too.
There we go.
Uh, plus 20. All right.
Ah.
I can't eat in my bed because I'll probably get it all over the place. I'm too old to eat in the bed. Josh will kill me anyway. Okay. So my resort pick is Ohana. And I'll be honest, I don't have a whole lot of resort choices because we don't really eat like unless it's gonna be the quick service. And I wasn't gonna
Yeah.
pick that. But then I remembered about Ohana. And we've actually done Ohana for breakfast and dinner. So Ohana is situated in the Polynesian Village Resort, which is on my bucket list. I will stay there one of these days. um, this one, kind of similar to some of the ones that you mentioned, is a family style meal. So this one, they will bring you out the initial things to your table, which are the famous pineapple coconut bread.
Oh.
Yes, you get the mixed green salad, the pork dumplings, the vegetables, and then they start coming out with the skewers. And I jumped right into the food and skipped all my other stuff. We'll go back. This is the dinner, obviously. So then they bring out the chicken, sirloin steak, shrimp, all of this. And again, it's family style, so you can keep asking for more if you want. Oh, and also the noodles.
Mm.
They just recently changed the menu, and I don't remember when it was. It used to be like a guava pineapple. No, that's the new one. The old one was, where is it? Oh, like a sweet and sour chicken and some kind of sirloin stuff. But now they have guava pineapple glazed peel and eat shrimp, wood fired grilled teriyaki beef, and grilled chicken. I haven't had it. I haven't had the new menu, so I'm sure it's probably amazing though. Oh, it was a chimichurri sauce before. Now it's guava pineapple. The good thing about the breakfast is actually a character meal. And it was pretty good breakfast. You get the
Mhm.
scrambled eggs, the sausage, you get the Hawaiian style ham, um, island potatoes, and of course you get Mickey waffles. So the best thing about that is you get to have a meet and greet with Lilo and Stitch.
And Mickey
So I
Mouse.
thought that was really, and Mickey Mouse, yes. And I
Hawaiian
think,
Mickey.
wait, who's one of them? Pluto, Mickey,
Yeah,
Pluto,
Pluto.
and Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, so it's another great opportunity, and there's not another Lilo and Stitch meet and greet anywhere else. So if,
Mm,
if you like those characters, you definitely want to
yeah.
get at Ohana. Um, the good thing is usually like with Ohana, I'll do it as if you're gonna do it as a breakfast, do it on your Magic Kingdom day. So that way you get Ohana for
Mm.
breakfast, and then you hop on the monorail over to Magic Kingdom, or vice versa. Do it at the end of the day on your Magic Kingdom day, so that way you can monorail over from Magic Kingdom. Um, what else was I going to say about this one? Oh, they have the nice little. So when we went for dinner, we went on a cheer trip. And they have the little Tambu lounge that's like right out in that area. So had a little bit of a wait, so we just grabbed a cocktail and wait in the lobby right there. And
Gorgeous lobby.
they'll yes,
Absolutely
so awesome.
gorgeous resort.
I do want to go over there and look around at especially at the new tower.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can make my way over there. But yeah, so Ahana is really good. It's
Yeah, it is.
definitely one you want to do at least once. Also very difficult to get. So you want to put this one on the top of your list too.
And if you ask them if you can have the sweet pineapple bread to go, they'll just bring you out a fresh batch and you just take it to go. And then you just have it for
S-
breakfast in your resort room for the rest of the week.
s- Speaking from experience,
No, not at all. I didn't take 2 orders of pineapple bread home.
you
No,
got to share.
I love Ohana. It really is. It's
Yeah.
a Polynesian is potentially one of my favorite resorts.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
So pretty.
I'm not obsessed with Lilo and Stitch at all. So
Not at all.
love getting to see them, and the food's just really good. Especially the breakfast is good, but it's your typical breakfast. People really go to the breakfast
Yeah.
to see Lilo and Stitch, um,
Yeah.
and for the bread. But dinner is where it's at for Ohana. Like that, those noodles.
So good. Yeah, and I
Mm.
forgot too to mention that during the fireworks they pipe in the music.
Yep. So you can
And
watch, especially if
so
you get the perfect seat, you can watch the happily ever
yeah,
after
you can
from
watch
your
the
seat.
fireworks.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you can't, then you eat quick and get out and go on the beach and watch it
Yep.
from there.
Yeah, because
But yeah, on the inside.
yeah, Polynesian, Grand Floridian, and Contemporary are the
Contemporary.
ones that you can see. Really great shows of the fireworks from outside the parks, but you can only get in on those spots if you're staying there or if you have dinner reservations. So
Yeah.
definitely, if you're not looking to be in the park during fireworks, but you still want to see them, great option to make a dining reservation over at 1900 Park Fair, Ohana, Chef Mickey's, all some really great places.
Contemporary. Yeah. I mean, not
Hmm.
what's California Grill?
California
Contemporary.
Grill, yeah, yeah, yeah. This one was
Yeah.
hard for me, like because
Yeah,
I
it
think
was hard.
we've talked about it before, but we were never resort people before this last trip. It was Monday through Friday, park open to park close. We were in the parks, and the only time we were in a resort was to sleep. But this last trip, just to the multiple resort days that we got, you know, traveling over to Port Orleans, French Quarter, travel into the Contemporary, travel into um, Grand Floridian, Beach Club. Like the amount of resorts that we went to and I got to try new food at was just amazing. Like I am the biggest advocate of, take a day to just go visit the resorts. One, the food is just fabulous and extremely diverse. And two, just every resort has a different vibe to it, which is absolutely amazing. Um, but this one I actually went with a quick service. And I went with Primo Piat. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Piatto, um, over at Riviera. Um, Fabulous quick service restaurant. Riviera is a DVC resort. Um, so you have a lot of DVC people that stay there. But an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous resort. Um, it's definitely it's definitely a little nicer of a resort that you're going to see. But Primo Piatto, or however you pronounce it, really has a great French, like Italian vibe going to it. I can't, talk enough about the breakfast and lunch options that you have. The lemon blueberry pancakes are
Oh, yum.
absolutely to
That
die
sounds good.
for. Like blueberry pancakes topped with a lemon like cream, or
Mm,
some of the best things I've ever had in my life. Absolutely fabulous. The burger's good. I had their flatbread pizza for lunch one day, which was really good. And it really is a great option for quick food. And with it being at a quick service at the resort, you're definitely going to be able to get in, get out much quicker. Um, it can still get pretty busy though. Like I think we struggled to find seating for lunch one day. Um, but that's of course we went during prime time lunch. Um, but it's really great. Especially if you're staying at one of the Skyliner resorts, Pop Century, Art of Animation, Riviera, um, or even if you're going
Caribbean
to
Beach.
Caribbean Beach, thank you. Or even if you're going to Epcot or Hollywood Studios for a day and you want to pop out of a park for a little bit, like it's a great spot to hop over on the Skyliner, grab a quick lunch, or even grab breakfast on the way to Epcot. It's a really great park, a really great quick service restaurant. And you can eat there even if you're not staying there, just like any other, quick service or table service restaurant. And then, of course, like Lori said, mobile ordering is going to be your best friend when it comes to quick service restaurants. Like, take full advantage,
Yep.
even if you have the dining plan, like, take full advantage of the mobile order and just don't wait in line for your food at all.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, yeah, strongly recommend if you're looking for a quick service at a resort, definitely check out however you pronounce this restaurant. So,
I'm gonna go with however you said it.
yeah. Love
Yep.
love Riviera. It's super cool to walk around. They got like a bocce ball set. Girls love to try to play bocce ball. They almost figured it out, but great pool,
Yeah.
great view of the lake. Like it's really gorgeous resort.
Josh and Olivia and I walked around it one time. I don't even
Yeah.
remember why we were there, but one of the I don't know, maybe it was Braden's band trip, I think. And we just kind of went because I don't
We
know why
talked
we would have been
about
there without him, but
we talked about renting DVC points and staying there one day, but I think we just ended up staying at Pop Century because Pop Century is where it's at for us. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yep. Fun stuff.
well, that is top 6 restaurants. That is an hour and 15 minutes of me being hungry and being miserable while talking about Disney
Right.
food.
Right. And I feel like we can I mean, we only talked about 6 of our restaurants each. So, um,
Yeah,
we could go on and on about food. So obviously
there are
if you don't know
over
where to eat,
200 restaurants on Disney property.
yeah, so hopefully this has inspired some folks to broaden their horizons and try some other restaurants. But if you don't know where to go and none of these 6 or 12 sounded great, reach out to Fred and I. We can
Yeah,
give you some more pointers, but you can't go wrong with any of the ones that we mentioned tonight.
yeah. And shout out to my best friend Jamel, who has been sitting here for this whole hour and 16 minutes, listening to this
Sweet.
and mentally preparing for his first trip to Disney in 103 days.
Oh, is that the friend that you're going with?
Yep.
Fun.
So most of which we talked about that he's going to be eating at. So
Well, good. He can tell us if he agrees.
Right? We'll bring him on. He'll come on. He's gonna have to come on the episode or on an episode after we take him.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it was his first time, you said?
Yeah, it'll be his first trip.
Yes. I love chatting with folks for the first time. See what if they get the hype.
Right? He said he's down to come on.
Sweet.
So okay, cool. So we're not going live Sunday because go
Here we are
birds.
tonight.
Um,
Oh yeah, go birds.
Go birds.
Oh, I just said that. Did I say that? Go
You
birds.
did. Welcome to the dark side.
No, well, you know what? I have three of my people that are Eagles fans, so I'm gonna have to support y'all on this one.
There we go. So we will be live again on
The 16th.
Is it the 16th? Okay.
I think so.
It is the 16th.
That seems so long from now.
Right. For those who listen to our podcast, audio only version, this episode will drop next Wednesday. So if you want to go back and listen to it, you can go back and listen to it next Wednesday when it officially drops on the 12th. But what are we talking about on episode 19?
I am so excited because, and it's a Disney episode. We're gonna do the 4 parks challenge. So, I keep calling it a 4 parks challenge, but there's this unspoken thing, or at least it was unspoken for a while. I didn't know about it until after we actually did it, where you hit all 4 parks in one day. So we're going to kind of talk about it a little bit, like if it makes sense or not. Just another fun episode, kind of like tonight. And then we'll go through the 4 parks and say what we would pick. It's your favorite ride, favorite photo opportunity, and favorite snack. What I'm excited about is that my daughter last night was like, when can I come on your podcast? And I'm like, do you want to join us when we do the 4 parks? And she said yes. So now that I've mentioned it, she can't get out of it. So Olivia is going to join in on that one with us and let us know her choices. So I think that'll be fun.
I did tell Rachel last night,
especially
about
because
our final
how
episode.
shy she is.
Yes, I told Rachel.
I
told Rachel last night that Olivia was coming on the podcast, and she was like, "Look at Liv getting out of her comfort zone."
I know. I'm so excited. We'll see. Hopefully, she don't try to back out on me.
I will drive to your house and force her in front of the camera.
Yes, I think she'll do it.
So yeah, I think so. But I did tell Rachel about our end of month episode. She was caught off guard, but I told her she didn't have a choice, so it's fine.
Yep, Josh too. So absolutely. We'll give a sneak peek on that one too, just since we're talking about it. We're gonna do and I can't remember what we called it, but some kind of like couples like a couples question thing or couples quiz.
What are we calling
it? So we'll get some questions out there and see what each of us would pick or some. I don't know.
Magical Valentine, Disney romance, and our spouses.
Yes, in honor of the love month, I'm gonna bring on our significant others.
I told Rachel we were doing a Valentine's episode, and she was like, "You realize that the 23rd isn't Valentine's Day?" And I was like, "Rachel,
I know.
Stop it."
Well, and honestly, I thought we could have did it tonight, but I put it there just because I knew we were going to be out of town this weekend before we knew about the Eagles. So I knew we couldn't record this weekend. I guess we could have did it next weekend, but
it's too late. We're committed.
It's still in the same month. Yeah,
it is. So, okay. Cool. We're super excited for the upcoming episodes. Are you closing us out or am I closing us out?
Why don't you? Because I don't have on the right glasses, and I might mess up.
Okay, cool. Great episode. Really appreciate everybody that joined us tonight on the live. I think it was super successful. Really appreciate you guys as always. Again, we love our followers and our supporters. So really thank you guys for tuning in and spending some time with us. For those who are seeing us for the first time, interested in learning more about going beyond the castle, we do have a website. Website you can find out more about Lori and I. You can find out, you can see our podcast episodes, and you can also see, but request some vacation quotes because at the end of the day, Lori and I are travel agents, so you can request some travel quotes there. But that website is going to be www.goingbeyondthecastle.com. So you can head over and check that bad boy out. If you're looking for our social media platforms, where you can find us on all of our social media platforms where we go live each week, where you can find Lori and I's social media channels, and where you can find our audio version only of the podcast, you can head over to our Beacons channel, which is beacons.ai/going beyond the castle. So definitely check that out. And of course, as always, we're looking for 1, more people to come on our podcast, 2, ideas of what to talk about on our podcast, and 3, people to book trips with us. So if you are interested in doing one of those 3 things, please send us an email. You can reach out to us at info@goingbeyondthecastle.com. And that, I think, wraps it up.
Yep.
So with that being said, we appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you guys on the 16th.
Yes, sir. See y'all later.
Right. Goodbye.
Bye.
And live. Stop that.
Yep. Video has ended.